Let's go on to a lesson in social studies. This is for 5th standard and the chapter is health as well. In the last class, we had read about a thermometer and a stethoscope, microscope, X-ray machine and scanners. Now let us go on to read about weapons against diseases like the vaccination.
Vaccination. During childhood, children are given injections to protect them against several diseases. Some common diseases in children are polio, measles, chickenpox, etc. Do you know Edward Jenner, a scientist and physician, discovered the vaccine for smallpox in 1798. A worldwide campaign against smallpox has finally led to its eradication from most parts of the world. It is essential to protect all children against such diseases. Hence, necessary vaccines should be given to children. These vaccines are available in the nearby hospital. Many advertisements on vaccination are displayed on television or given in newspapers. One such commonly seen advertisement is polio vaccination. Nowadays, vaccines are made on a large scale from microorganisms to protect humans and other animals from several diseases. A vaccine consists of dead or weakened microbes of that particular disease. When the microbes in the vaccine are introduced in a healthy body, the body produces suitable antibodies to fight the invaders, that is, the microbes. These antibodies remain in the body and protect the body when similar microbes enter again with great force. Hence, in this way, vaccination protects the body from diseases.
Today the world is frantically looking out for a vaccine to prevent the spread of COVID-19. But hats off to some scientists, they are doing their job well, and some scientists are still struggling to find the vaccine. Let's hope everything comes out pretty soon. So let's start the lesson on page 258, Weapons Against Diseases. One of the most important developments in the war against disease was vaccination, a technique that protects people against some diseases. So vaccination is nothing else but you take a vaccine like you have against smallpox, chickenpox, polio. So it prevents you from getting caught by the disease or getting infected by the disease. So the duty of a vaccine is to protect you from a disease. About 200 years ago, an English doctor named Edward Jenner developed the idea of inoculation. During this time, smallpox was a dreadful disease that spread rapidly, killing several people or leaving permanent scars on the faces of those who survived the disease. So when Edward Jenner thought of finding out a remedy to do away with smallpox, it was spreading rapidly, killing many people, and some of those who got the disease had got permanent scars on their faces. Edward Jenner treated several such patients every day, but it surprised him to notice that there were no milkmaids among the patients. Now one thing what surprised Edward Jenner was he was treating so many patients, but there was not one patient also who was a milkmaid or who was a milkman. Now that set him thinking, why is it so that I am not having even one patient who is a milkmaid or a milkman? So So his brain went on to think that there is some relation between milk and this disease. He soon learned that the milkmaid suffered from a mild disease called cowpox for a few days and did not catch smallpox after that. He began to wonder if there was some reason for this. Then later on he learned that these milkmaids or milkmen who used to carry the milk, they got a disease called cowpox for a few days, and after that they became alright, but they did not get infected with smallpox. Now he wanted to know, why is this so? What is the reason behind this, that these people are not getting infected with smallpox? One day a milkmaid who had cowpox came to him for treatment. There were 3 to 4 sores means wounds, on her body with pus oozing out. Jenna collected the pus and inserted it into the body of a young boy. The boy developed cowpox but recovered after a few days. Now Jenna wanted to find out if this boy was free from smallpox. The only way to do this was to inject the smallpox-causing germs into the boy's body. Jenna injected the germs and observed the boy for a few days. The boy did not catch smallpox. Thus it was confirmed that people who suffer from cowpox remain free from smallpox. So one day what happens to Edward Jenner is, a lady, a milkmaid who suffers from cowpox comes to him for treatment. And as he had noticed that these people who suffer from cowpox, the milkmaids, they are not prey to smallpox. So why is it so? So what Edward Jenner did is, he took a little bit of, the pus from this lady. The wound was oozing out with pus. He took a little of that pus from that wound and injected it into a young boy. Now immediately the boy got cowpox. Now that set again Jenner to think, now will this boy be able to get smallpox or will he not get smallpox? But he was still in a dilemma, he didn't know what to do. He had to take a risk. And what he does is, he takes the smallpox virus from some other patient and injects it into this small boy. Thank God, and luckily enough, this small boy does not develop smallpox. And there was the victory for Edward Jenner. He realized that people who catch cowpox don't fall prey to smallpox. And that one experiment of Edward Jenner led him to finding the vaccine for smallpox. After many similar experiments, Jenner developed the anti-smallpox vaccine. Today, smallpox has been eradicated. That is, it is no more there in the world, especially in India, in almost all countries of the world. The invention of the smallpox vaccine paved the way for the development of several other vaccines. Vaccines are available for many diseases such as polio, whooping cough, measles, mumps, and German measles. So all these diseases now have developed vaccines, but the latest disease that is prevalent in the world, COVID-19, has not been given a vaccine. The scientists are searching, frantically doing experiments to do their best and get a vaccine, but still luck is far ahead. Thousands of lives have been saved by vaccination, and the threat of epidemics has been reduced greatly. So once upon a time, there were many people dying from smallpox, but because of Edward Jenner, we have eradicated smallpox from 99% of the countries of the world, especially from India. Now coming to pasteurization, the killing of germs, and here the character or the scientist is Louis Pasteur. Another important discovery in the battle against disease was the disease-causing germs can be killed at high temperatures. So when there is a disease-causing germ in something, if that particular item is taken to a very high temperature, the germs will die. That was the theory that Louis Pasteur found out. A French scientist named Louis Pasteur showed that these germs could be killed by heat. The process he developed came to be known as pasteurization. This is used even today, especially to keep milk from going bad. Now, antiseptics. The story of preventing disease-causing germs. So pasteurization is the process of killing germs at a high temperature discovered by Louis Pasteur. Now we come to antiseptics, that is the story of preventing disease-causing germs. And here the founder of this is Joseph Lister. The idea that germs could be killed at high temperature was applied to medicine by an English surgeon, Joseph Lister. In 1863, Lister experimented with chemicals to prevent disease-causing microorganisms from infecting patients. These chemical substances that destroy or stop the growth of many microorganisms are called antiseptics. That is why as soon as you fall down and cut yourself, you are asked to wash your hand, the wound with Dettol. That's an antiseptic because it will kill the germs that are present in the wound. The most commonly used antiseptic is alcohol. The use of antiseptics made surgery much safer. Earlier, patients often used to die not from surgery but from infections caused by bacteria of the cuts made for the operations. The application of antiseptics to the surgical cuts and boiling of the surgical instruments to kill germs proved to be great advances in medicine. More lives were saved not only because of improved knowledge of surgery, but because chances of infections during and after surgery were reduced. So this process of killing germs before surgery and after surgery has raised the life expectancy of the patients on whom operations were done. So with this we come to the end of the lesson. Thank you.